thought I'd do a bit of on the bike. Now we're testing out this chest mount, all mod cons here. Electric motion trials bike. I've done a bit on this one before. I thought I'd just go through a little speed test, and then I'm going to take it through the woods and try not to make a complete fool of myself. Right, basically to turn this on, there's a switch there. It is fiddly. It's right at the back there. It's a little rocker switch, and then once it goes live, you see the lighter come on the battery, and then there's a nice big click as the I suppose the battery relay clicks in. Underneath here is a little dial, a little pot that gives us our basically three speeds. I have heard this compared to being a 125, 250 and a 300. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but however, we're in the lowest setting now, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, each time I'm not going to yank the throttle, because when we get in the higher settings it'll kick off, but I'm going to do it all in one go. I'm going to up there, turn around, come back again. This is very, very slightly uphill. Let's go back a little bit, have a bit of a run up. Right, I'm going to be at this post each time. Like I say, just going to full throttle as quick as I can, but try and do it exactly the same for, there'll be basically four runs at this. So this is the lowest setting. It's a lot more progressive. Here we go. That's it, flat out. Go to the end of this post, shut it off. So it's not slow, but it's not fast. It's not exciting or anything like that. But if you were letting someone to have a go of it, or if I used it the first time I rode it, because you don't know what to expect, it's fine, you know. It's a nice smooth, there's nothing violent about it. Right, back to the post. Now this is a bit of an art. I use two fingers like that, click, or my finger and my thumb, because you try and do it like that, because it's in the frame, you're not going to get to it. Right, this is the second speed. This will be a little bit more snappy, but again, I'm just going to roll the throttle and see how we get on with it. There we go. So that's a little bit quicker, but I wouldn't say that's the difference between a 125 and a 250. Having never ridden, well, properly ridden a petrol trials bike, it's hard to say, but from a two-stroke point of view, having ridden, you know, a couple in my past, yeah, that's not the same as a 125 or a 250. Right, mode 3. Now in mode 3 we've got, this comes into play on the handlebars, hopefully you can see that. Map 1 is basically if it's wet. Map 2 is everything it's got, basically. So again, here we go. So this is speed 3, I suppose. Here we go. Between mode 1 and 2 there's not a massive difference, it just seems to rev a little bit higher maybe, but this one there's a lot of difference. You can feel there's a bit of power there now. It's kind of what you'd expect. Alright, back to the post. Now map 2. This is everything it's got, so we'll see what happens to the front wheel. Off we go. So this is with a 9.2 front sprocket, so it's designed for, or it's geared for lower down, but hence the wheel spin. I don't know if you can see that. We had a little bit of wheel spin. It's a different animal in the top gear. or the top speed. In its low down map, it'll pull the front. Hey, here we go. It has got a clutch as well, which you can dump to get over something if you need it. Get over something a little bit quick. But it's more like a switch. It's not a gradual like you would a clutch. It's sort of all or nothing. You know, if you wind back a bit of throttle. And the difficult thing is, I'm going to wind this down to the middle one for the woods, is when you got your throttle on with the clutch in, look, that's balls out, but the motor's not doing anything. You can't hear it. So if I had it like that and then drop the clutch, it's all going to kick off. Right, let's take it in the woods.
You can never hurt me if I build up these walls. That's gonna be the last time that I come up short. So why do I get lonely if I build them up too tall? I guess being on your own is like a double-edged sword.
I'm quite lucky, you've got some trees here. I'm going to do like a little bit of a loop. It's basically like a figure of 8 really, finishing up back round by the house. I've dialed it down from the 3 settings, I've got it in the middle. It's quite tight and tricky, especially when we get up the top bit, and having full power for me, for my ability at the moment, yeah, I prefer it. It's a bit more predictable rather than suddenly you're doing something else and you're not thinking about your throttle, and having not ridden for a bit, it all goes horribly wrong. But here we go. Nice and flat, few little bumps, ease us into it gently. Bump. There we go. Right, up around these trees. It's the worst bit about being up here. It's an awful lot of ducking and diving. There we go. Because the branches are so low, spend an awful lot of my time up here. Ducking below the branches. However, it's all good fun. There's worse things to be doing on a Thursday morning. Mind this little tree here. Foot down. Oh, dabbed. Right, back across this. I've got to find my way through. Funny thing about all this is, we've lived here for a couple of years and didn't really know all this lot was here. Watches. I'm going to detour, I'm going down here. This looks fun. Oh dear. Battery life was my biggest concern with this thing. But I was thinking about the wrong battery. It wasn't the battery in the bike, it's the battery in me. I'm not going to lie. A couple of laps of this and you're ready for a cup of tea. Right, this is where I will be putting my feet down because it's too many logs and stuff. Oh. I've gone the wrong way. Right, so we need to get up over this. There we go. I'm going down. No, we saved it. Right, that's it. I went the wrong way, got confuddled. Right, listen, I'm going to sit my ass down here because I know there's a couple of these coming up. Now there was an instance there where I hit that log and it kind of cranked me throttle hand. But because we were low down, or in the lower two settings, it didn't end in tears. And I have done it in the bigger one. I learnt that lesson pretty sharpish. Now this bit's terrifying. You can't really see it, but there's a big stream here. We had it repaired. It's about 4 foot deep, this little hole. Goes right across there. So I'm not going to attack this bravely, but I'm going to try and get across it without hurting either of us. Right. Across here. I do find my hands ache a little bit. I don't know whether it's the size of the grips or there's a big lump there. If you hit that too fast, you will go behind the bars. Right, down the drive. This is where if you could flick between medium and high power, it might be handy, but I'm going to jump this. Not really. And then come up around here. And a little figure of 8. Up through these. Across.
Doesn't even come close. The ones that we love always hurt us the most. You can never hurt me if I build up these walls. That's gonna be the last time that I come up short. So why do I get lonely if I build them up too tall? Being on your own, it's like a double-edged sword. I needed you so much, but I didn't know it. When I found out, I didn't want to show it. You felt high when I was at my lowest. The only way out of this is to be stoic. That's what I get for letting someone in. They took advantage, and now I'm suffering. I did not expect this from someone I trust. It's always the ones that you love. Can never hurt me if I build up these walls. That's gonna be the last time that I come up short. So why do I get lonely if I build them up too tall? I guess being on your own, like a double-edged sword. The ones that we love always hurt us the most. I feel my worst whenever I'm alone. The next thing to that does not even come close.
Just thought I'd give an idea of what the battery is doing. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think it wasn't quite full, but we've dropped maybe a bar. Yeah, I think it's just 1 bar we've dropped. So that's alright. To be honest, I'm about ready for a cup of tea now. Like I say, it'll wear my battery out before you wear its battery out. If you're thinking about an electric bike, the one thing I will say is I've been out not far from the house messing around. She's got no idea what I've been up to. For that reason alone, these things are worth their weight in gold. So yeah, time for a cup of tea. I'll see you on the next one.
being on this highlight every single day, and man, it's like a highlight. This is what I pay, feel excited because I know I'm going in places. Everything I want is coming to me. Getting DMs asking how much for a feature. Tell them if it's right.